September 9, 9:42 AM, District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 1. Hello everyone, Triple S back with some more Phoenix Wright Destiny Trilogy. This is the last part of Turnabout Sisters, back in the courtroom. Let's get Maya off the hook. Well, I guess us off the hook now, actually. Maya's already off the hook, it's us who's being accused of murder now, actually. Well, I guess this is it. Yep. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah, Phoenix, look! Oh, that's so weird to hear her say Phoenix. Oh. Edgy. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today will be the absolute truth, no matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Huh? Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix? Stop saying Phoenix, say Nick. Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not. I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. September 9, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honour. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the events are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Miss Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Miss Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanour. Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere. I'd like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Ugh, there he is. He looks so weird in HD. It really does. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name! These two are great together. My name is Red White. My friends call me Blanconino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the President of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim is Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Ho ho ho! I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Stop saying Phoenix! Say Nick! God, it's so weird. Witness testimony, witness's account. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then that I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Okay. We need to go to statement 8. The victim, she ran away. Oh, I'm so glad I can skip. The victim... Say... The victim, she ran away. We press... Which button's that? Left button. Okay. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always absolutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Okay. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. We present... My testimony here. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. That's what Miss May said. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. No, this is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Quite literally. Don't you find that odd? Take that. Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing? Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? The both are right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha! I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co, of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. Oh, look at my little hand! That's so helpful. That's actually more helpful than, like, in the game you get, like, a thing that you have to place over it. It'd be so finicky. He was the killer. This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door, he was watching from this point. To him, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Exactamundo, Edgy. Order! I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defence are a distortion of the truth, Your Honour. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho! You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologise. Mr. Your Honour, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Okay, witness testimony, she ran to the left. This is a very short one. At least for me to testify. Cross-examine, I mean. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left. And then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honour. Okay, we need to go. You see, you hit her twice. Saw the girl. You see, you hit her twice. We present autopsy report. Died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Only one blow. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? That's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were absolutely perfect? Huh. I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honour, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honour. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honour. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away! Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony, the crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White. Mr. White? Okay. I'm going to amend my guide here. We have 2 more testimonies left, including this one. So, the 2 accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer you attacked her, but she dodged. And then, she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Thwap indeed. Very well, you begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honour, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Okay. So, immediately at statement 1, we press. Well, you see, look at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Press. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that. The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White? Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. We, at this, present glass shards. Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? The stand broke into pieces when he fell. Oof. Just by seeing the broken pieces, you had no idea it was a light stand. So tell me, exactly when was it that you saw the stand? Answer the question. Isn't it obvious? I saw the stand before he fell over. So you saw the stand before the victim was attacked then? Correct. That would be no problemo, right? Big problemo. There's a big problemo, problem here. What problem is this? Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel. before the incident occurred. Correct. That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable. No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen the stand. What? Why couldn't he? You have proof? I sure do, Your Honour. The person in the hotel could not have seen the stand before it fell over. Is it the floor plans? Yes. Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honour. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you will be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity! Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognised the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Take that. Smack to the face. Mr. White? Mr. White? You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honour? Miss Mia? Looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now, huh? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Order. Miss Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honour, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break! Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Cole offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Miss Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honour. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He's determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is the fact that Mr. White had been to the office well before the murder took place, when he went to place the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Leave it to me. I feel faint. With his testimony, the wiretapping. The last testimony. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Cole offices. Of course I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident. This is how you were able to identify what had fallen over, by the sound? Correct, that is right. I see, very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. She does look considerably less evil in this HD version pulling that face than in the DS version. I've got to press everything multiple times, apparently. According to the guide. Do you have proof? As April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Huh, right. Every time I press, I think I get a rejection. Entered the phone call offices. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the phone call offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the phone call offices. Of course I had done so to place the wiretap. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honour. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Just a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it, there's nothing there for me to press him on. Oh well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. And we start pressing again, beginning September, before the murder, press. Proof. April May knew the details of conversation, proves the wiretap in the murder. Ah, you're right. Press that again. Was it really you? Was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints. If I know Edgeworth, he's already done a check. Of course, I had to place the wiretap. Why were you tapping her phone? No bearing on the current case, Your Honour. Blue Corp Research Agency, we have responsibility. Uh-oh! Don't tell me I've run out of ammo. Tisk, tisk. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honourably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright? Are you giving up? Yes, Your Honour. Phoenix! Huh? Phoenix, over here! I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. Mia? Oh, he fainted. Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Ah! Hey, Phoenix! Gak? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're... Maya? Didn't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So Maya is channeling you, Mia. That's right, I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. I never gave up, you can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. This is my voice. But... we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Oh yeah. The one you wrote Maya on? Phoenix, Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4th. September 4th? That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa! Now what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, a week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent, now you just have to prove it. Right. Receipt updated in the court record. September 9, 1:16 PM, District Court, Courtroom number 1. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant rather... Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honour. I'm fine now. Then let's start where we left off. Your Honour, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant Phoenix Wright. Your Honour, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. As Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Oh, if Edgeworth didn't say that, Phoenix would have been straight to prison. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Again. Okay, statement 4. That is when I saw this stand. And we present receipt for a glass light stand. The date of purchase is the day before murder. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honour, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fane-Cole offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honour, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you, but I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then that is all for the trial of... God damn it. Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. What? No way can he worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Huh. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Object! Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Miss Edgeworth? If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it will be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No! There's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with or just make up something. After Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honour, may I go home? Of course, thank you for your time. Grrr. Witness will stay. Woo. I love my voice then. Mia. Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia? What's this? Memo received from Mia. Your Honour, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities... That's when it happened. It says, stop! Desist! Halt! Please, stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honour. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour? You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defence. Yes, Your Honour. I guess you could say that, if only you knew how spirited it was. I'm losing my voice. Well, this court finds the defence... rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Yay! That is all. This court is adjourned. Are you supposed to smack your gavel down? September 9, 2:24 PM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But congratulations, you're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here's running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No! There's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight, say 9? The office? I'll see you later. Chief! Mia! September 9, 9:02 PM. Oh, Phoenix, you're late, man. Phone call officers. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came! Mia? I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia? What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What, did I look like my sister? Look like you were her. I might be able to use that. No, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this. See, Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. offices, right? And who better but me? Maya Faye, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick. There we go. Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick? You know what this means? We're partners. You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. Right, okay, Nick, let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy, burgers! There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a wasting. Okay, wait up. And who do you think paid for those burgers, eh? Nick. Phoenix. So weird to hear her say Phoenix. Needs to hear her say Nick. There we go. Achievement unlocked. Turnabout Sisters. Complete. And next time will be episode 3. What the hell is it called? Turnabout Samurai? Yeah, Turnabout Samurai. I should know that. I've played this game so many times. But yeah, Turnabout Samurai. Look at that cool artwork there. So cool. Arrgh. Love this game so much. Okay, so yeah. We did it. That's a good ending. Actually gave me chills, did that, seeing the ghost Mia again. Ah, it gave me chills. He felt so great, and hearing the Turnabout Sisters theme. Ah, I love it so much. But yeah, next time, Turnabout Samurai. So good, so good, so good. Such a good case is the next case. Actually flips stuff on its head a bit in the final part as well. So yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you decide to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing, and ding that bell to be the first to hear about my new videos. Thanks again, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.